When I wrote Because I Got High, I was ready to experiment with the power of simplicity. I just happened to get high and realize that stuff wasn't getting done. You know, like I'm doing now.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
It was funny to me.
It's amazing. It's like Billy Joel if he was stoned.
It was rap, it was comedy, it was incredible. It's like, I can't believe he just said that. And then a verse later, it's like, I can't believe he just said that. In the early 2000s, there wasn't really any song that talked as explicitly about smoking weed.
It's illegal to get high. So how you gonna stand up there and say you got high?
I think all of us had a little hesitation about it initially.
But he was still smoking. I was like, we're all going to jail.
We had the #1 song all over the world. Everything came to a screeching halt.
Afroman went from top of the charts everywhere to 0 spins on radio.
The world changed completely.
So I had to start over. I'm gonna be back, daddy gonna be back, okay, baby?
It's the classic Cinderella story of an artist from nowhere who looks at others who do a thing and says, why them, why not me?
People say you're a one-hit wonder. Well, how many hits do you need?
Why, man? Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La 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 da da da.
La da 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 da. La da da. La da da da.
How long have you had your afro?
It's like the economy, it goes up and down, but they started calling me Afroman in '95, the old days. It's been a long Because I Got High journey. It's a real sentimental house. A classy, weedy look. This is the first house that I ever said, I want the walls like this. I want the trim like that. A little something I put together. It's a positive vision, something therapeutic I do. I see stuff I like, I cut it out. I put a vision up so I don't get high and forget about it. Bro G Kush. Some wine tasting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is my first card. This is Rodney King, because me and Rodney done been through everything, you know what I'm saying? If society was to put me up against the wall and look at my life and look at where I come from, I feel great. I feel like I'm the highest, and I am, but I come from the lowest. I was born in LA, but went down in Mississippi. I got a good foundation, you know, church, God, learned how to sing on key, learned how to have rhythm. Coming from Mississippi, when I got to LA, as the youngsters say, everything was turned up. I grew up in the North Side Trays is what they call it. South Central was the character former. It was like the boot camp of my life. I realized that if you was a gang member from a respectable set, people treated you differently. I became a G and a hustler and a rapper. I picked my lifelong styles in South Central and got my swag. This is like my first good custom-made suit. If I go to a breast cancer awareness event, if I go to a strip club, get you dig it. I stepped my game up, so now when I pick out an outfit, I got a cup to match that outfit. I invented the hemp pimp cup. It can screw on a jar, and then I can keep my weed. Coke 45, 2 zigzags, baby, that's all you need, church. I wrote my first song in the 6th grade. There was a girl named Carrie. She stood at the gate, and she would clown everybody as they came through, her and her friends. They used to call me Kunta Kinte because I came from Mississippi. I had holes in my Wranglers, and she used to kill me, man. And I didn't know what to do. And she had a slight mustache. I said, Harry Carey ate her own cherry. That's why her lips are very, very hairy. And all the kids was falling out. Now that's corny right now, but back then, rapping was a craze. If you attempted to do it, people would gather around you quickly like a fight or something. And there she is in all of her nice clothes, and I have a hole between my legs, and she can't do nothing. And she's not cool. I became a rapper at Raymond Elementary School, 6th grade, 1986. So I learned how to record, learned how to make a tape. Then I started making money from the tapes I was making. I made this tape in the 9th grade. Teachers was pulling up to my house after school. Can we get 10 of those? When I dropped out of high school, my dad and my mom was breaking up. My dad was going to Mississippi. I hit the street. I was like, I know what I want. I want rapping. I started smoking weed when I was selling CDs in South Central LA. That's probably the lowest point of my life. No parental support, no job. Yep. One day I was broke. These girls gave me a ride and they had a joint. And I hit it and I mellowed out and I was like, I'm broke, but I'm okay. I'm high. When I started smoking weed, I began to ponder and reason. I became a better chess player. I became a better businessman. I realized that my salary in Los Angeles was capped. It was hard to get my tapes in stores in LA. Everybody wanted to be a rapper, you know, and then just the California cost of living, it was a challenge. So, you know, I had to start over. I'm gonna be back, daddy gonna be back, okay, baby? When I left to come to Mississippi in '99, I left LA broke. My house went in foreclosure. For an up-and-coming rapper, I was embarrassed. I just didn't know if I could make it. But I'm on my way to Mississippi to do a Reefer Reminisce tour. We're headed into Hattiesburg, going home to say hey to everybody, check on all my peoples, and do a show. Hattiesburg is like heaven, man. You can party with the college kids. People from all over the state of Mississippi and all over the country come to the University of Southern Mississippi. I'm not in LA no more, so I'm not trying to appeal to the G's and the hustlers. I'm down in Hattiesburg. There's drinkers and there's some kind of drug experimenters. It's good times down here, you know? So I started writing good time songs. Songs about drinking, smoking weed, and self-deprecating songs. And Because I Got High was one of them. This the house right here, man. This is my house. The last back right room is where I wrote Because I Got High. October 1999. When I wrote Because I Got High, I was ready to experiment with the power of simplicity. I just happened to get high and realize that stuff wasn't getting done. You know, like I'm doing now. I was gonna clean my room, then I got high. You ever see those comedians? They come back to something. Every time they come back to it, it gets funnier. My room is still messed up. I know why. Yeah, hey, 'cause I got high. I was gonna go to class, and then I was gonna go to work. It was funny to me. I laughed, then I recorded it on an 8-track. Had my digital 8-track, and instead of a pea popper, I had a dirty sock. So that's when I knew I was rapping too close to the mic, when I could smell that dirty sock. I jumped back. I wanted it to hit kind of hard. I hit the bass string with the drum. Doom, 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 doom. One track for drums, one track for bass. That's all the music in it, and the rest is 6 vocal tracks. So I got on 6 different tracks and made it sound like a party. I sell sound. So if it sounds like a party, it's a party. I wrote Because I Got High. I pressed up the CD. I was trying to hustle it and everything. And I said, I'm gonna do this album. Then after this album, I'm gonna go get a job. So it was like my last strike at a hit. And you know, I faced a lot of rejection and hostilities. One of the problems I had was stores wouldn't put my CDs in their stores. I'm selling them on the street, but I'm only one man. One man can only do so much. After you get to a certain level, you need help.
When I started T-Bone's Records in 1998 in Hattiesburg, my goal was to become a nucleus for local music. In 1999, Joseph Afroman walked into the record store, and at that time, Afroman was playing mostly frat parties, backyard barbecues. He was working full-time and selling his CDs out of the trunk of his car. When Afroman first walked in, it was easy to be interested in the guy. He had a giant afro, some huge shades. He's got his walk and he's got a CD. And he's like, I got some new music you got to check out, Timmy.
So I tell him, let me get in your store. I'm going to let everybody know to come get my CDs over here. And you're going to make all this money, boom, 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 boom.
Absolutely, we'll sell your CDs and we'll give you the money when we sell them.
And he did me one better. Because I got T-Bone's records.
At night, we shut down and made music. Local artists would come in and we recorded. And I helped Joseph edit the songs, master the songs, turn them into a digital format. This is probably 10 times the equipment that we had for Because I Got High. We had no money to buy software. We had the dude, you got a Dell computer. I think that was actually the name of the model that we had. $1,000 jobber. But we recorded all of our music there, and it didn't have a sound card, so we were going in with a tiny plug. I mean, the sound quality was low. We were just really winging it. We edited out a little talking in the beginning, and we fluffed up the equalizer. We finalized them in the Dell computer, and then we got artwork done. We'd send the digital file to the printer. They send us back 1,000 copies of Because I Got High. This is the original Because I Got High that we released in 2000 on T-Bone's Records. It's got all the tracks. Got a little T-Bone and the barcode, and we sent them to our distributor. Afroman's music was starting to sell just out of the record store. It was very slow in the beginning. We sold 10 copies one week, 13 copies another week, and it was all his doing. Going to shows, playing any show, sometimes multiple shows a night, just to sell CDs. But eventually, I started noticing the sales ticking up. First, it was 10 a week through the distributor. And then Afroman was selling 20 a week through the distributor. And then Afroman sold 100 a week through the distributor. He started to get to New Orleans, and he got to Mobile and Birmingham. And it started getting out and out and out. And that's what caught the eye of Universal.
In the year 2000, I was an A&R guy at Universal Records. Our focus was finding hit songs that already existed. A radio station in Hattiesburg started playing this song by this guy named Afroman called Because I Got High. We would talk to record stores in the area asking, you ever heard of Afroman? You ever heard of this song Because I Got High? And they would laugh. They would be like, have I ever heard of Afroman? Everybody's heard of Afroman. It's like, that's all anybody wants. We listened to the whole album. It's like, what is this? It was rap, it was comedy. It was incredible. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It was really exciting. At that time, in the early 2000s, there wasn't really any song that talked as explicitly about like smoking weed.
At that time, marijuana was criminalized. It may not be to my advantage to stand in public with a microphone, being a black man, in a white society yelling out, I got high.
So yeah, I think all of us had a little hesitation about it initially, but I think part of the brilliance of that song is, on paper, it's a cautionary tale about all the bad things that will happen to you if you smoke weed.
I was gonna make
All of the lyrics that are like not safe for work were just pure gold.
I was gonna eat your pussy.
It's like, I can't believe he just said that. And then a verse later, it's like, I can't believe he just said that.
Now I'm jacking off, and I know why.
I probably got the record deal from the jacking off verse. Okay, he's crazy. Flying man, yeah, he's a moron. All right, sign right here. This motherfucker, yeah.
I got in contact with Tim.
He said, I want to fly you and Joseph up, and we want to talk to you. We'll send you first-class tickets. Just come up here and talk to us. I mean, who are we to refuse?
I woke up to a pounding on the door to Universal Records just wanting you to come to New York City. It was Tim Raymond.
When Afroman and I went to New York, it was like the Beverly Hillbillies. It was amazing. We were so excited, running on zero sleep, going into the Universal offices, and we were just swept off our feet.
I fantasize about that moment on the playgrounds of Raymond Elementary School. And then I'm in New York at the big building. I'm about to sign the big deal.
We took the first deal they offered us, and it was like hook, line, and sinker. It was probably 6 months that it went from selling 100 a week to signing $1 million publishing deal.
Once the deal was signed, we started having radio singles made as quickly as possible. So there is a vinyl radio single of Because I Got High. It's the Afrolicious edit and the Afropukal Gold and Dirty edit.
And then, of course, Kevin Smith came into the picture. Kevin Smith was essential in the success of Because I Got High, a great promoter of the song.
That was a good fucking clap, right? For the last 2 decades, people have wrongly given me credit as the guy who discovered Afroman and Because I Got High. I'm just the guy that was lucky enough to put that song in a movie, in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, my 5th film. Universal soundtrack group, Kathy Nelson. This is who deserves all the credit. She gave me a CD and she was like, I need you to listen to this immediately. She's going, I just heard this song and I think it would be perfect for your end credits. I spin the song and, instantly it's bliss. It's amazing. It's a story song. It's like Billy Joel if he was stoned. He tells an entire tale. We need to put that at the end of the movie. Before the movie comes out, Universal's like, they're gonna shoot a video for Because I Got High, and you and Jay get to be in it. And I was like, fantastic.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
Music video was crazy. That's my first video, man. It's with Jay and Silent Bob. And at this point, man, this ain't even real. I'm high. Universal's keeping me with some good ass weed, man.
When I hung out with Afroman that day on set, mind you, it's in 2001, weed is still illegal everywhere. But he was still smoking outside. I remember being very impressed by that and scared, where I was like, we're all going to jail. But it worked out.
That video gonna last forever.
Universal Music Group, they started blanketing radio stations with the single, and it started blowing up.
Howard Stern started playing it on his morning show, and he just played the shit out of it.
This great song, Because I Got High.
Blew the roof off the whole thing, and we realized this is a mainstream radio powerhouse hit.
When our movie came out, the single was bigger than our movie already.
The song was lightning in a bottle. Lightning in a bottle is a cliche, everybody knows that, but imagine lightning in a bottle. It is so out of control. It is a crazy ride.
He went from playing backyard barbecues and frat parties to playing stadiums overnight.
We were just like a couple of Mississippi bumpkins. Through forced immersion, it became our element. It ended up being popular overseas. We did a radio promo tour of Europe.
This is Afroman.
We did Top of the Pops, which was huge.
We was in England, and I'm in the back of this cab. This big TV screen is just facing the freeway. Then Because I Got High comes on there. I'm like, are you shitting me? You got me singing about how I'm getting high in front of this whole city. London bridges falling down. Looking at this big fucking screen shit. That shit was everywhere, man.
It was hard to believe that it was that popular.
We went #1 in 11 countries around the world. It was like a global phenomenon. It was the summer of 2001 that Because I Got High really was all over the place, showing no signs of stopping. And it was probably at its peak on September 10th. And the next morning, of course, was September 11th. Afroman went from, top of the charts everywhere to 0 spins on radio and stayed there. The word from radio was the country has changed. It's simply like that. It's not funny anymore. It cut the legs out from underneath it instantly.
The world changed completely. Suddenly everything was much more dire. Frivolity went right out the window.
It was almost an insult to be that silly at a time of such, despair. I do funny. I don't do serious. I don't do good when I do serious. You know what I'm saying? It shut me down. They say, send us a song. I sent it to them. I said, send us another one. It looked like they wasn't gonna do nothing with me.
The music business had come to a crashing halt after 9/11, and I think Universal was just trimming the fat. Universal had kind of had it with us. They had, at one point, brought Joseph and I into a meeting and told us to please stop smoking weed. That was bullshit. The Because I Got High guy should smoke weed when he wants to smoke weed. Nobody minds seeing the Because I Got High guy high.
As long as I was on Universal, they had to approve everything that got released. But if I can't put out a record with you, can I go put out one with myself? On the street, I at least had me, and they didn't want to release nothing. So I said, release me, and they released me, and I was allowed to set up a label and begin making music again.
Joseph is still touring, still making new music. He's a prolific artist. is very creative, diligent artist. I feel like that's his true essence, and it's what he wanted to do then, and it's what he wants to do now, and I feel like it's what he'll do for the rest of his life.
I'm a loner, so I function alone. I do good. I write music alone. I record alone. To me, lonely is the wrong mindset. A lot of good things happen when you're alone. I wrote because I got high when I was alone. You know what I'm saying? When I'm on the road, the world is mine. So all of this is a table with everything on it. It's a big golden corral, and I can just pick what I choose, man, you know. I see the world. I see my Mississippi tour. I see my Oklahoma tour. I see my Vice TV episode coming on.
It's the classic Cinderella story of an artist from nowhere who looks at others who do a thing and says, all right, why them, why not me? Something really pure, unadulterated about that, and that's what people connect with.
Because of that song, I don't never want to sing another angry song. Because every time I sing that song, I get happy again.
If you go to an Afroman show today, 20 years later, it is all college kids who were maybe just born at the time the record came out, and they know every word of every song.
There's a lot of stuff to this song that isn't just your simple frat boy anthem, even though that's what it appears as. It's actually a moral song. Yes, it's R-rated and it's funny, but it's got the moral of the story is you will get nothing done if all you think about is getting high. You won't be able to achieve anything, even eating pussy. It's got all these deep meanings, and it's funny and it's human, and it sounds unlike any other hip-hop song that's ever been done.
There will never be a time when people aren't getting high. You're gonna have kids singing this song forever, man.
It's a magical song. When that beat drop, they get to looking around. All the beers, all the hands go up.
Yeah.
People say you're a one-hit wonder. Well, how many hits do you need?
Da-da-da. Yeah. Yeah.
I live happily ever after.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
I'm bigger now than I was 20 years ago. Literally, both ways. I just need to do some sit-ups, that's all. I'm working on it, I'm working on it. Hey, right after this blunt. Ah, sounds familiar. Oh, I see a pattern.
Come on.